Hello guys. Have you ever wanted a tank with the speed of a Batsat, the maneuverability of a T-62A, and the accuracy of FV-4202? Well, in 8.5 you can have that tank, and that tank is called the Leopard 1. If you don't believe me, well, let's take a look at the stats. The gun first. Let's compare to the FV-4202 guns. And as we can see, it's actually a improved version of the Royal Ordnance L7A1 that the FV-4202 has. It's the Port Cannon L7A3, which is basically the same gun as in the Royal Ordnance, but the Germans just made it a little bit better. It has improved rate of fire, same penetration, same damage, better accuracy and better aiming speed. And like in the FV-4202, it's very accurate on the move also. Only thing to notice is that it uses heat ammunition instead of hash ammunition as cold ammunition, so I would say it's actually better because of that than the Royal Ordnance gun. And the speed, let's look at the Batsat, which is the fastest tier 10 medium tank in the game. It has top speed of 65 and the Leopard has the top speed of 65. So we have a German tank that can go as fast as a, as a French tank. Yeah, I never thought I would see this day. That said, does have a better horsepower to ton ratio of 28.48 and the Leopard has only 20.54, which is still the second best in tier 10 mediums. Every other tank has less horsepower to ton ratio. And let's look at the maneuverability, 54 in the Leopard, and in the T-62A, which is known for the traverse speed of the hull and the turret, has only 56 traverse speed on the, well, only, I mean, that's an amazing number, 56 traverse speed on the hull, but I mean, Leopard only has 2 less, which is not much. So, what you're looking at, I would say, is the most mobile tier 10 medium tank in the game. Because, well, it is faster than the T-62A and more maneuverable than the Batsat that has only 42 traverse speed. And, well, this tank can do that 65 almost anywhere, unless it's, swamp or water or uphill, but it is fast anywhere. And because of the amazing tracks, it doesn't lose speed while turning, so it can keep going fast even if it's turning. And well, if that's not enough for you, this tank has gun depression. And now you're probably thinking, gun depression in a German tank? Are you sure you know what you're talking about? Yeah, I was surprised too, but it does have gun depression as good as the M48 Patton and the FB4202. So, well, this tank has to have some bad things, and yes, it does. It's the armor, or well, the lack of it, really. You can compare the armor to the Batsat, really. If you just look at the numbers on the Batsat on the hull, 60, 40, and 30. On the Leopard, 70, 35, and 25. Which you can actually would say that the Leopard has less production than the Batsat because, well, it's a bigger target with almost the same armor as the Batsat, in some cases actually worse. So, yeah, it's a more inviting target to an artillery or British tier 10 mediums, the FV something 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 183. Yeah, I can't remember the name of that tank, never. And well, let's compare the guns next. So here is all of the tier 10 medium tank guns, and as you can see, they are quite similar with each other. rate of fire, for example, doesn't vary very much. Only big differences are the T62A, which has amazing rate of fire of 9 rounds per minute, and the Patsat that has less than 6, but well, Patsat has the clip, so the rate of fire doesn't really matter in it, and everything else has around 6.5 to 7. Penetration is the same in almost every tank, around 268. Some have, like the 50M has 2 more, and some have just a couple of points less. Damage is almost same in every tank. Again, 390 most of tanks, other than the T62A, which has only 320, but it does have a much better rate of fire than the others. And then there's the 121, which has slightly worse rate of fire than the others and more damage per shot, 440. This is basically a heavy tank gun in a medium tank. And then we come to the accuracy. In the Leopard, it is an amazing 0.3 accuracy. Only thing that has the same accuracy is T50M, which is known for the most accurate gun in the game. But now there's another T10 that has the same accuracy. And surprise, surprise, it's a German tank. Others have, well, say FV has 0.32 accuracy, the T62A has 0.34 accuracy, 0.35 in the 121 and 0.36 in the pattern and 0.38 on the Patsat. So the accuracy on the Leopard is amazing. And if that's not enough, it has the fastest aiming time in tier 10 medium tanks, 1.9. Couple of tanks have aiming speed of 2, that is the TC2A and the pattern. Couple of have 2.1, A50M and the FV, and then there's the 121 and the Patsat that have appalling 2.7 aiming time, which is quite a bit less, quite a bit worse than the other guns. And well, that's the gun really, but well, there's one interesting fact. The weight of the gun is only 1.3 tons, and the others are close to 3 tons, so well, doesn't matter much, but just an interesting fact. Next, we will look at the equipment and the crew skills. Keep in mind, these are only my opinions about the equipment and the crew skills, and you may have a different playstyle or favor different equipment and crew skills. For equipment, I went with tank gunner armor, vertical stabilizer, and enhanced gunnery drive because I always want to get the most of the gun that I'm using, and this lets me do it. But for the Leopard, I might actually change the enhanced gunnery drive for something else because, well, the aiming speed is so amazing already. It doesn't benefit you as much as in other tanks. So you might go with improved ventilation, for example. Never a bad idea. Go to the optics might work also, because the Leopard has good variance and the pattern has better variance from the tier 10 mediums. And it is, as I said, the most mobile tier 10 medium there is. So you might do a little bit scouting, but well, that's only if you are playing more team-based platooning with somebody or something like that. And with Amarak, that would be actually good, because the Amarak on the Leopard is right behind the front armor, and well, a lot of the shots come from the front and penetrate your armor and hit your Amarak possibly. So that could be actually a good idea. And crew skills. For the commander, I would with 6 ends, repairs, and jack of all trades. 6 ends because I always want to know when I'm spotted so I can get to cover, especially in this tank. Repairs because I don't want to waste the repair kit on the tracks and I want to get them up as soon as possible, especially in this tank because you don't want to be sitting still because you have a well, good target for any tank from any range. And jack of all trades because well, I didn't have anything else for the commander really, but you might go for because the commander is also radio operator, you might go for situational awareness or recon. They're basically the same skill, especially if you're using coated optics. But I'm actually starting to like the jack of all trades. I can't wait to get it higher up, so I don't need to use a medkit always. Might go for something else. For example, you might go for camouflage, because unlike in the E50M, this tank is much smaller profile, so you actually have some cover value. Especially if I would switch these firefighting skills for camouflage, which I think I will, because firefighting is not as useful in the Leopard as it was in E50M, and this crew is from, well actually it's from my VK 36, and well, in those tanks the firefighting skill was useful because the transmission was in the front. For the gunner I went with snapshot, repairs and firefighting snapshot because I want to get most of the gun again. Smooth ride for the same reason for the driver, and off-road driving so I can just drive around the battlefield without any worries of slowing down. And for the loader, safe storage for the same reason as I would take the wet ammo rack. But safe storage is useful because the loader doesn't have much useful skills. Well, actually it doesn't have any skills except common ones, and then 3 perks, and these 2 are quite useless for me, and the wet ammo rack is only useful in tanks that have ammo rack problems. That's that for the equipment and crew skills. Let's look at the playstyle next. So, what kind of playstyle would you have on this tank? Well, mine actually resembles something completely different than a medium tank. You're all familiar with the Tier 6 American targeted TD, the M18 Hellcat. It is one of my favorite tanks in the game, and well, it is quite similar to a Leopard 1. First, it doesn't have any armor. Secondly, it is very fast, and it has a good gun and good gun depression. The gun is very good for Tier 6, very accurate and aims fast, and it has good penetration, good damage, and okay rate of fire. Similar to the Leopard 1, really. No, that's the Leopard 1. And, well, the playstyle is quite similar to M18 Hellcat. Use the speed to either relocate quickly, snipe from the back and help different flanks, or you use the speed to get an early advantage point in the game. Either take some quick shots at heavies passing through an open field, or just occupy a point where you can completely stop the enemy advancing, or just, well, run around the battlefield taking sneaky shots at everybody and then getting away and going to shoot somebody else. Definitely don't rely on the armor. Angling doesn't help at all. The weak spots in this tank is the tank itself. Shoot anywhere, you will penetrate. Only thing that might bounce is the gun mantle, but I've been penetrated on that many times also, but it's hard to say because in this server there's a lot of gold ammo flying around. But I've been bounced a couple of times in the gun mantle, so you might get lucky, but don't rely on it, and rely on the speed to not get shot in the first place. So don't be on the front lines, don't take shots, just take sneaky shots at enemies and use the amazing accuracy of the gun to either snipe from long range or take quick snapshots at the enemies. If you're more interested on how the Leopard 1 plays, there should be an annotation on the screen right here. If you click that, it will take you to a gameplay video of the Leopard 1 and you can see it in action. I hope you guys enjoyed this preview of the Leopard 1, and I hope you are all as excited as I am about this tank, and I will see you guys next time.